Welcome to another episode of the Courtside Podcast. I am your host, Fui. We have a very special guest today. How could I introduce you? Ref slash player slash friend.
There you go. Perfect.
And we just learned that he's 6-1 with Los Gallos, won a championship with Blue Chips, and as soon as he left, the organization went downhill. Everybody, welcome to the podcast, Manny.
Manny the glue man.
Manny the glue man. I like that, man. Manny, how many teams have you been on in Courtside? What season did you start playing here?
I started in I want to say season 8 or 7.
Okay.
I started with my good friend Mike Chavez.
Yep.
He invited me to come play with Frankie, my cousin, on a team called, that's a good question. It was like some crazy name. I can't remember exactly what it was. And
I feel like I should know this.
it was some crazy
Frankie
name.
was not on the team.
He was. It was
Oh,
me.
Frankie was
It
on the team?
Me, Frankie, Mike Chavez, Lewis, Mike Armis, the shooter.
Awa?
It was something like we.
No, was Awa on the team?
No, Awa wasn't on the team. No.
I don't know. We
It
got to
was-
find the name to that.
It was some weird team. I remember the first game I came. It was the second game of the season. We played against Exotic Express, and I was like, I don't. It was a crazy game. We almost beat them too.
Yeah.
We lost by like 3 points, and after that, they just kept inviting me, and I mean, I fell in love with the league. It's really fun, and I got to keep playing basketball like after high school, and like I would always play with my friends, but then everybody kind of just went to do their own thing. So Courtside let me rekindle that love for basketball that I had.
Okay, so you played on that unknown name team, which we're going to find out the name of
Yeah,
it.
I played
Shout out
with-
to Mike Chavez.
I played with all of my boys on Swingman for 2 seasons, which was season, I think, 8 and 9. Then season 10, I played with another group of my friends on the Dream Team.
Dream Team.
Then the Beam Team and Los Gallos. And that's when I joined Los Gallos. It was like season 10 or 11. No. My first team was a different team. Was Mike Chavez's team, but I can't remember the name of that team. It was some like crazy.
I could
name.
go back and like,
It was
there's definitely a way to find out.
It was
but
like a name that didn't even make sense.
now it's bothering me because I really want to know. Like, I feel like whatever. We'll go back and find out. So then you
Yeah.
play Los Gallos, Blue Chips,
Blue Chips, and then Los Gallos C League last season.
Baby Goats.
Nah, I never played with Baby Goats. I played with Los Gallos with Mike. We played against Baby Goats, but I never played with Baby Goats.
Okay. So out of all those teams, which team was your best experience, funnest time, most memorable season or seasons? And I'm not trying to
Well, the most
throw anyone under the bus, but
most memorable was definitely Blue Chips. I mean, we won, so I mean that was kind of crazy. The most fun I had was probably that second season, even though we were horrible. I think we went like 1-5, but like it was with like all my friends. So like even when we would get mad during the game we lost, like we just like go to Flanagan's after and just chill, talk about it, whatever. It was all cool.
what happened to that team? Like, why?
We just sucked. Like there was like the chemistry wasn't there. Like there was like 2 of us that were scoring like 20 plus a game, and then we'd lose by like 30. So there was really no point in continue. It was just like we played a win at the end of the day. So if we don't win, there's no point.
I got you. So what team are you on this season?
I'm on Los Gallos C League with Joseph.
Okay.
Joseph's team. I played last season. Unfortunately, I got hurt first game of the season, so I was out till like playoffs basically.
Yeah, I thought that if you played from the beginning of the season, I liked you guys' chances. I thought you guys had a solid team. Once you got hurt that first game, I'm like, okay, it's going to be tough because you guys are a team that a lot of you guys started playing together for the first time.
Yeah.
So you were going to need that chemistry leading into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So when you faked that injury, it kind of made it a little bit more difficult. What was it, an ankle injury?
Yeah, it's still swollen to this day.
Yeah, you got to take care of that, man.
Yeah.
Do some rehab or something.
I have.
This is from what I've been told, this is going to be your breakout season because every time you've been in C League, you have some respect around here in these streets, and people tell me and the committee, like, Manny should be one of the best players in C League. Manny's going to dominate. It hasn't happened yet, but from what I was told from multiple sources, this is a season that you're going to break out and have the season that everybody has expected you to have and be at least third team all C League. I see it happening. What do you think?
I think so. I hope so. We knock on wood for that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about C League. I just can't. I can't get going. Like in rec, I've had like 6 or 7 30-point games. In vets, I even had like a 20-point game. And
So are you saying that C League for you is harder than
yeah, I swear.
rec?
I'd rather play against like a extremely competitive squad and like
You
I
play
don't know. I
better.
feel like I just don't lock in.
Because you have the size, you have the shot, the shooting ability, like the
don't.
three, you can't be left open, you could drive, you got all the skill. That's why even that first season that you entered C League, and everybody sends their anonymous complaints to the committee and me, so we have to evaluate these situations. The first season you joined C League, it was like,
I was hooping that season though.
yes, that season,
I was hooping that season.
yes, you did, but your team wasn't great.
Yeah, we
So-
went 3-0. Then I got hurt.
Right. So that was like the argument, like he shouldn't be C League. I'm like, let's see how it pans out, and then
I suck, man.
I mean, I don't know. I see this season being a big season for you. I see you locked in. I could see it in just in your demeanor that you're ready to have a big season. Joseph, who else do you guys have?
From what I know, the squad is me, Joseph, Henry. Damn, I don't know his last name.
Matos?
Yeah, the big guy.
Yeah.
Chris Garrido.
Okay.
We got the C League MVP Alvin.
Okay. Alvin.
And we got Yayo and the vet Tutti Frutti.
Okay.
So
That's
we
a
have-
solid
we have a
team.
solid
I mean, on
squad.
paper, it looks good. Obviously, everybody's got to stay healthy and
Super solid.
yeah. So, damn, yeah, it's solid. Who is the player that you've played against that's been most like impressive? Hardest to guard. Maybe a guy went off against you. I don't know whatever you want to like put in that classification, but there has to be one player that you've played that you're like, damn, that dude is good.
In any season?
Any season. I mean, the reason I'm saying this, you're an OG and you've played in different divisions, and so has there been like one game, one performance, or a player that you're like, damn, that guy went off against us?
It's a great question. I can't like pinpoint a game where somebody just went like nuclear against us. But someone that Courtside Dirk. The one time I played against Dirk, we won that game by a free throw. But it's just no stopping that guy. Like I would foul him, I would like pull on his shorts, I'd push his elbow. It just doesn't get to him. Like he just gets to his spot, rises right over you. Little flick with a fade, you can't contest it. You could do your absolute best. It's just gonna go in.
Because not only is he tall, but he shoots it like above his head.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and he knows how to fade. And then what's deceiving about it is that when you're not playing against him and you're watching, you're like,
think he's slow.
how's that older slow dude dominating? Like I could lock him up, and then when you play him, you're like, oh, because he's even stronger than he looks.
Yeah.
And the height, and he just scores, and he's super competitive. He could get to the basket too.
Quick. Yeah, he's
Like,
super quick.
Yes,
The post fade, the post spin,
it's cool.
crazy. He hits you with a little fake jab and just goes. Super fast.
He is.
Sneaky
He's fast. That's a really good one. We usually kind of, with that question, get like kind of the same group of guys, but Courtside Dirk is somebody that's super tough to play against.
And on the same team, Snapper King. Snapper King went off that game.
Snapper King is another one that's
If he gets to the free throw line, it's start running back because it's going in.
yeah,
Forget
it's
it.
tough.
It's going in.
Way too strong and long and everything. That dude's
Pause.
impressive. What about a team? Is there a team that you played against that you're like? Think back, man. Take your time. There's got to be a team you played.
That first season Exotic Express game. That was insane. I've never
So you're talking about Exotic Express, not Exotic Group.
the one with Zuvi.
Okay, that's Exotic Group. Okay, Exotic Group. Yeah,
They
they
were crazy. They had
who was on that team?
I can't remember exact names. It was this really tall, like
Was Eddie on that team?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't on that.
Was it Jay, the dude with the?
With the colorful hair.
Well, that dude was a
That
beast,
guy,
rebounder.
Jay was the guard.
Yeah, Jay was a guard.
Then there was Zuvi, but Zuvi came off the bench. And
Yeah.
and like-
Cito maybe was on that team.
Cito was on that team. Yes,
That team was
that team
good.
was disgusting. Like they were just good from like guard to big everywhere. Like they didn't have any flaws.
They also had the lefty big guy, like heavy set guy, slow
super
because
big dude.
yeah, that will shoot threes lefty.
That team was crazy.
But you almost beat him.
Yeah, we lost by 3 points. Frankie went off that game.
Yeah, Frankie.
He had like 30 something that game. He was talking crazy to everybody. That was a really good game, especially first game ever in this league. When I played that game, I was like, damn, this is a good league.
Yeah.
That's honestly what
Shout out to them. Exotic group
crazy.
with Zuvi, the legend. They haven't been back in a while. I don't know where Zuvi is. He's missing. I don't know. But they had a legendary run and
They were better the season after.
yeah.
They were even better.
Yeah.
Luckily, I didn't have to play against them the season after, but they got even better.
That was a good team. Anybody in C League, any team you played against in C League specifically where you're like, that team was good, or maybe they surprised you. I know this is what you've played 3 seasons in C League.
Yeah. A team that surprised me.
Who'd you guys lose to in the playoffs?
I was about to say that team. Damn, it's that park that Basu plays at or played at.
Oh, Ronzelli.
Ronzelli.
I thought you guys were gonna beat Ronzelli
Yeah,
in the play-in.
I played them the first season. We beat them. That was the first C League game ever. Actually, we played against them in the first season. We beat them. I had 30, and I came into this game. I was like, oh, it's gonna be a breeze. Like we're just gonna run through them. We should have. No offense, Ronzelli, but we just I don't know.
You can't sleep on those guys
No, you
because they
can't,
play
you can't.
so hard.
They just don't give up.
They don't give up.
You just beat them to a pulp, and then they just come out of nowhere and just keep going and going. And we just never got that lead.
Yeah,
We had to get.
yeah, that was tough, and especially in a playing game, you have
Yeah.
to like.
And you only got 20 minutes.
Right. It's hard to like come back if you've dug a little bit of a hole. It's
Yeah. Those
It's tough.
those
Yeah,
last
you-
like 7 minutes just killed us.
for sure.
They just went
Yeah, I remember it was
They went out.
it was shocking and surprising, but a lot of those teams that play together and play hard like that, like you sleep on those teams because they're not the most like talented.
Yep.
But those teams will surprise you, and there's teams in C League that you won't think are super good. Like going back to Uptown
I was
66ers.
about to say that team. Like seeing them, like just seeing the roster, I'm like, okay, there's no way.
Yeah, if you look at them, like,
But they
'cause-
play amazing team ball.
and they always have a fourth guy. Like the Bull is a really good C League player. Like, and you could see it, and like he's a guy. Okay, Jacob Finkel doesn't look the part. Even the way he plays is a little bit more awkward. He's
Just
really
unorthodox.
good. Yeah, unorthodox, correct. They got the shooter. That's
Yeah.
really good. But then the fourth guy they play is always a guy that's like a true C League player. No disrespect to them, but there's teams in C League that have 5 guys that are like talented that could go to an LA Fitness and be one of the better players, or that could even play rec. But then they have like just good pieces and they win. And that's what people don't understand. At the beginning of the season, they look at rosters and they're like, oh, look at that team. That team should be in this division or that, or no way. And as the season goes on, you see that talent, it does not win you games. It's the right pieces and teams that are willing to play together.
100%, I agree. I think one of the teams that had a lot of good pieces but couldn't get it to work was my TFB team in C League.
Yeah.
I think we had a great guard in Mario. We had a pretty dominant big in Omar. He's like 6'4", big body. He could do whatever he wants around the rim. He
Right.
just wants to get there. I consider myself a good shooter on the wing. Frank was a good shooter. We had Joseph as well. DeAndre played great. We had all the pieces. We just
But it
couldn't
just-
play as a team. We got broken up by a Curtis team, a team that plays like a team.
They play like a
They
team.
came out, they played like a team, and they outgraded us and they beat us.
That's why in Courtside we say, like, obviously the slogan is let's hoop, but really it's like you just got to show up and play.
Yeah.
Because by paper, if you go by paper on who should win, it doesn't pan out like that. It never does.
Never.
And not to say the most talented team doesn't win all the time, but people like fight and compete in this league. You look at a team like Matter Elite and Rec. They started off 1-5, won the whole thing. Lee Roofing, and then Matter Elite and Hoopers, but Lee Roofing was the same core with Slim, Mejia, and Angel. They started off 1-5, came back, won the whole thing. Like, you can't quit or overlook anybody in this league, which is what I've noticed. And I think a lot has to do with the size of the court. Like, there's so many more possessions where you can make a comeback easier, and then guys just compete here. I don't know if it's because every game is live stream and they got their girl at home watching it, or their family, or what.
Joseph on the phone.
Yeah, you get exposed here.
Yeah, you
People know that. Like, there's other leagues that you could go to and you could play like shit and you might not ever get noticed. Here, like, so everybody's competing every possession, and you can't sleep on anybody in this league, not even in the C League. So that's why we're excited for this new season, which starts tomorrow.
Yep.
Will be opening night, so we're excited to see these new teams and who left another team and came back, and new players and all that fun stuff. Are you only on one team?
For right now, I am only on one team. I'm in talks to join another team, but I'm not gonna say anything just yet.
Okay, a rec team.
Rec team, yeah.
Okay, so your ankle feels good.
Yeah.
You're ready to go.
I'm good to go.
Okay, so early MVP candidate for C League. We're putting the pressure on you. We're gonna bring you up, even with Basu and podcast. We're gonna make sure we're keeping a close eye on you because it's time, man. You gotta produce and do what you're expected to do. So the pressure's on, and we know your ceiling, and you could definitely be one of the best players in C League. You've proved it, but we also want to see Joseph. Has a lot of love in this league. We would like to see him do well.
Joseph can hoop, man. I always tell him he's just not confident in himself.
Right.
He goes out there and he gets the ball and he gets nervous or he just shoots up like a half-court shot. I just tell him, just imagine you're in an open run with like all of us, like all of your boys, and just do what you got to do. Who cares if you miss a freaking layup and then come down get blocked? There's always another possession. There's like 100 possessions.
But can you carry him to a ring? Because we need to see him get that ring.
I
man.
think Los Gallos will get a ring this season.
Los
Not me
Gallos C
particular,
League.
because we are a team. I think me, Alvin, Henry, Chris, Tuti, Yayo, and Joseph will get a ring this season.
All right, man. We're excited. Thank you for joining us in another episode of the Courtside podcast. Manny, thank you very much, sir. Nice hat.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
All right.